Hello, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Investing and Trading Live. My name is Josh Lilquist. Today is the 27th of November. Thanksgiving is gone and past. It was a great weekend for thanks and a great weekend for a rest from the stock market. Had a short week in the market. Wasn't open on Thursday, and I believe it was a short day on Friday as well. So with the strength in stocks over the past, we'll say all of November, looks like the last day of one of the last couple days of October was the lows from for a while here. The strength in these markets are bringing in a lot of, we'll call it indecision with the Fed and the interest rates. We'll see if they continue or pause or continue to raise interest rates, lower them. Who knows what they're going to do? But let's discuss that here today on Investing and Trading Live. As always, my name, I already said my name. As always, there is risk in trading and investing. You will lose money at one point in your life. This is strictly for entertainment purposes only, mainly mine, but hopefully you find it entertaining as well. That being said, what we're going to do today is we're going to do a market update. Looks like markets are going to slightly gap down on the day. So we talked about a supply zone or the highs for really quite some time, and we're seeing a little bit of a hesitation here the last couple days. But into the open on Monday, it's 8:14 Central Time. Market has not opened yet. It'll open up in about 16 minutes. So we'll do a market update with the overall market, stocks, and we'll see if we are still live when the market opens up, and we'll do some analysis on that. All right, let's get into our market update. So last week, the market closed as far as the S&P 500, SPY closed last week at 455.30. 455.30. Which was up ever so slightly on Friday, just a small gain on Friday, but a good week overall with the S&P 500. So looks like we're going to gap down here today on Monday, depending on what happens in the next 15 minutes, but looking to open up around 454.29, 454.29. So a little bit of action to the downside here with the S&P 500 ETF SPY. Dow Jones Industrial Average, same story. Closed on Friday, 353.80. Looking to open up at 353.34, so slightly down on the day. Looking to open up right at the open from Friday. So a little bit of hesitation as we get into the open here. I don't know what type of news that's going on. We'll see. Let's see. Should Spider Dow Jones Industrial Average ETF DIA be on your investing radar? Okay, that was a question from Zach's news source. I don't know what it is. Here's another one from Stock News. Bear market warning from the bond market? Question mark. Ooh, bringing in some more news. It's not about the news, it's about the clues. So we'll look at the charts on it. We'll look at the bond chart in a little bit. That's your Dow Jones Industrial Average ETF. QQQ, which is your NASDAQ, same story. This one had some weakness on the last couple days of the trading week last week, closing the week at 389.51. Was the only one that was down on Friday, but looking to gap down, opening up at 388.63 here this morning in about 13 minutes. So this one here has pierced those highs back from July, and we're getting into, if I remember right, I don't think there was a supply zone overhead. Maybe once we get to 398, there might be a little bit of supply sitting there, but I'm not a real big fan of that one. That actually is the all-time highs at 408. So we're getting close to those all-time highs again with the QQQ NASDAQ, which is the leader of the pack. IWM Russell, which is your ETF for your Russell 2000. This one here is going to gap down as well on the day. Closed on Friday, 179.33, looking to open up at 178.43 on Monday morning as we get into the open here in about 12 minutes. That's your IWM. This is the lagger of the three major markets. All-time high is way up there still. So that's your IWM. Other notables, let's go to a weekly chart here and just see if there's any major moves with some of these ETFs this past week. Gold had a good week up, looking to gap up a little bit. XLE, not much of a week. It was up because it gapped up, but it really didn't have any movement on the week. XLF had a slightly good week, getting back into that supply zone that we had talked about for XLF at the 35.52 to 35.22 area. So that being said, we will probably see a little bit of sideways action here, or drop straight down once we get above 35.69. That's XLF. XLV, which is your healthcare sector, that had a great monster week this past week, slightly gapping down, but opening at the very low and closing at the very high of the week. What a great week for XLV. XLI was up on the week. XLP was up pretty good on the week. Same story as XLP as XLV. Utility, which is XLU, was up. XLB, which is materials, was up. Same story for everything. All ETFs were up. Silver had a great week. Same story, opening up right at the lows almost, and then closing right at the highs. IYR, which is your real estate trust, your real estate ETF, was also up on the day. Didn't really pierce the highs from the week prior. So that one's slowing down a little bit. Global CRE investing seen falling 44% in 2024. That's by CBRE. End of Fed's rate hiking cycle could build up commercial real estate. That's what Nuveen says from Reuters. And mostly higher rates hammer global real estate. Or higher rates hammer global real estate. Okay, well, there's some questions there for you to answer, not me. Esports was down in the week, and USO was actually down in the week, oddly enough. Nope, sorry, it was we'll call it flat, basically flat. Gapped up, but it actually came down a little bit. So that is your ETF market. Let's get into our stocks. Volatility on Friday spiked a little bit, but that being said, it was down. It's been down for a long time, since towards the end of October. Oil is open right now, so oil is actually down on the day, down about 0.5% on the day. Let's see what else we got here. Gold looking somewhat strong, but we are back in that supply zone, and we'll see if this actually holds here. So it's in that supply zone as we speak, $2,011.70. Silver, which had a monster week last week, is up again today about 1.8%, nearing the highs from August. So we're seeing a breakthrough with silver. That's good for us silver holders and gold holders, for especially physical. So that's good there. Let's see. Okay, so let's get into our cryptocurrency first. Crypto down a little bit today, down about 1.5% for Bitcoin. Total market cap is down about 1.8%. So Bitcoin is still in an uptrend, but yet down today. HNT, $2.56. Wow, way to go, HNT. Got up to $2.80. As we know, I've been mining HNT for quite some time now. So up about 92% since September. So great things are happening with HNT, possibly because of what's been going on. They've been testing that in Miami now, as far as that 5G mobile network. All right, getting into our stocks. Let's go into our weekly chart and see what stocks did on the week. BHG, dead stock. Skip over that. NVIDIA had a slightly down week and looking to open up right at the close. Turtle Beach had a good week last week as well, closing out the week at 10.75. By the way, NVIDIA closed the week out at 477.76 and is going to open up right around that same spot. Apple closes on Friday, 189.97. kind of an indecision week. It had a rally at the beginning, but then closed right at the open, so it didn't really do anything as of last week. But looking to gap down just ever so slightly, about 47 cents as we are looking at it right now. Tesla closed the week out at 235.45. Not much of a week, just kind of a indecision week there. It's interesting all these major markets really moved, but some of these stocks did not, especially your Magnificent Seven. Meta, same story, didn't really have much of movement, but then again, it was up on the week, looking to gap down, closing the week at 338.23. Airbnb, slightly up on the week. Goog, 138.22. Nice Alphabet. This one gapping down as well. Had slightly positive week on the week last week. 3M, a staple here in Minnesota, 95.95. Closed the week out and looking to gap down about 50 cents, just below probably 45 cents. Some of your banks, JP Morgan was up on the week, closing the week at 153.54, but looking to gap down about 55 cents, about 60 cents. Let's go look at a couple of our optionable stocks. I'm going to look at Target real quick, just because that's been one that we've done some options on, really bouncing up off of that demand zone that we've been waiting so long for, and doing exactly what we were hoping it would do. U.S. shoppers set for cheapest holiday toys, coats, and dresses in years. Retail stocks rise as steep discounts on Black Friday lure bargain hunters, and Target makes customers holiday merrier with exciting new deals, including 2 days Cyber Monday sale. Interesting. Way to go, Target. They've had enough negative press. About time they get some positive press in there. JWM, which is our Nordstrom's, looking good on the day or on the week. It was up, but had a really odd, volatile week, and which is why it gave some premium a while back, and still that looks good. We had a 9.5 strike on there, still got a long ways to go till we get down there, and we are currently closed at 15.05 last week, but looking to gap down to 14.80 as the market opens here. Expiration December 8th. Got just over 1% on that, so we're looking to hopefully that expires here shortly, and we'll move on from that one. Coinbase had a monster day on Friday. Actually, all week, just a big week with Coinbase. Closing the week as right at the highs from August of 2022. So Coinbase is showing some major strength from the lows down in January at the beginning of the year. So this year it's up 275%. So hopefully you Coinbasers, well, quite frankly, most Coinbasers probably bought it back when it was at 2, 3, probably $300, $400, $500 are still probably holding a losing position. But then again, it's coming back for those buy and hopers. So might be some opportunities with the options there. See what the news says on this one. Cryptocurrencies sit below 18-month highs as investors shake off Binance news. Basically, Binance has some problems with the SEC. Wait for SEC green light on spot ETF. Okay, that is your Coinbase. Market's going to open up in 3 minutes, so we'll stay live for the open. Nike, 107.64, close the week out. We got supply overhead. We are in supply right now, but I don't think this is going to hold. Matter of fact, I don't think it will at all, even though we are gapping down. We will see what happens with Nike here. Nike was offering some good premium a while back as well. We did miss it because earnings, just didn't want to get into that position because of earnings. That being said, it would have been a good trade, but you know who the best trader in the world is? It is would have, could have, should have. It's 3 names. So that is the best trader in the world. Dick's Sporting Goods closed the week out at 123.28. Really coming off that volatile week 3 weeks ago. It hasn't done anything the last 2 weeks. It's up since then, but just ever so slightly. That being said, looking to gap down on the day. Going back to your banks, you got Bank of America. Bank of America was up, closing the week at 29.73. It was actually down on the week, but looking to gap down about 8-9 cents here on the day. So not much of a mover there. So, TKO. We got to look at TKO just because I am a WWE fan. TKO is TKO Holdings Group, or Group Holdings. Ever since Endeavor took over, they are down. Let's just see what percent they are down from their highs. 117 was their high, down 33%. Ooh-wee. I've been talking about this stock on the podcast and radio here, the local radio stations here for about a year and a half, probably since 2019. Really showing a rocket ship up from 2019, went up about 275%. So that was when it was WWE. Changing the stock over to TKO Holdings has not done so well. Earnings have been a little rough as well. That being said, it gives a little dividend. $3.86. Not too shabby. So that's TKO. 1 minute till the open. Let's go back to the major markets. We will look at the S&P 500 ETF, SPY. So as this market opens, we will see that it's going to gap down about 70 cents as we get into the open. It's too bad I don't have a bell here to get the open, but I'll find a little sound here on here. I'll get a camera sound. Here we go. We'll get a sound here for the market. The market is open. There, that's my market open sound. Hopefully that was good. Like I say in the beginning, mainly for my entertainment. Hopefully you find it entertaining as well. So, yep, markets are open, 354.98. Market is going up out of the open. So showing a little bit of strength as the market opens up here. And we will see what happens as it moves forward and in the volatility and things start picking up and the week gets begun here. One thing we did not look at here in the market update was the dollar. Dollar showing some pretty big weakness here from the highs back in October, down about 3.8%, which is a lot for the dollar. So that one at a hesitation area. So I do see this. I mean, this could potentially keep going down. We have, that being said, we have started an uptrend. So wherever we get this pivot here, we're going to see a nice move to the upside, I think, if this continues to drop here into a demand zone, which there might be one down around 102.50. I do like the 102.50 area, just based off my major holes here. I'm going to change the color of these right quick to red. And red. All right. So that will pretty much drive what the stock market does, but the S&P 500 is still down in the day, but looking to have a little bit of strength out of the open. So we'll let this kind of clear the dust and settle, and we'll do another podcast either at the end of the day or first thing tomorrow. We'll get 4 segments in here on Wednesday as well for you, so you have plenty to listen to over the next coming weeks here. We do appreciate all the subscribers and the listeners and the followers lately, especially on the Spreaker app. But if you listen on iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, CastBox, we've been seeing a lot of people there. Also, the Investing and Trading Live website, we've been seeing a lot of listeners there. So make sure to subscribe wherever you're listening so you can get the live updates. If you listen to the Spreaker app, that's Spreaker, you get the show live as I'm doing it. So right now, if you're listening on the Spreaker app, it's actually live right now. If you're listening here on the open, so you'll get an update and a message to listen to the show when we go live every single day, doing a market update for your market needs. That being said, as always, collect your profits when they're given to you, and protect your losses, keeping them small. Until next time, retire young, my friends.